fact, even here in Florida, we had counties that were absolutely out of control, arresting pastors for opening up their churches. Chris, I want to talk to you for a moment about what other counties can do. I mean, a lot of the threats that were really attacking our freedoms back in 2023 have kind of faded into the background for a lot of people. They're in the past. We're not thinking about them anymore. But there's always a possibility that those could come back. And so I tell people, we at the county and even at the state level ought to be thinking about this. What can other counties do? What can states do, in your view, to make sure that if we ever find ourselves in that kind of situation again, the rights of citizens will be protected?
It's a great question, and it's just the way that cultures kind of evolved. Is they think that federal government is just this big bad, whatever they say you have to do. And like I mentioned earlier, the 10th Amendment assures us that they are the supreme law of the land as long as what they're doing is in pursuance of the Constitution. If it's not, they're not the supreme law. State law is then. If state law is not is not in pursuance of the Constitution, then we're going to fall back on our local laws. And that's the reason why I think other counties should follow suit. Nothing changes until something changes. But if something changes, you've got something in place that will protect the liberties and the rights of the people that voted you in office for in perpetuity, unless somebody else comes along and reverses it, which God forbid that would happen.
Yeah. And Sheriff, turning back to you, Sheriff Kevin, we had a lot of Chicken Littles predicting that the sky was going to imminently fall on all of us if this ordinance were to pass. You are, of course, the chief law enforcement officer of your county. Did the sky fall?
No, quite honestly, it was the other way. We found much more public support, not only for law enforcement, but for the county commission and the actions that they were taking. We have a great community. We have a great Board of County Commission that represents the constituents and the residents of Collier County. And that is, I think, somewhat unique in the way that it's done here. But the question that I got most often was, well, one, the sky was going to fall. And then how would you ever enforce this? Because this is not enforceable. I was going to get sued. The commission was going to get sued. And, unfortunately, litigation in our line of work is something that occurs each and every day. We have 7 professional accreditations to keep us going down that path. But the most important thing was the process and procedure for handling this ordinance, because it will turn into a misdemeanor, is the same for any misdemeanor crime that we handle. In almost all cases, misdemeanor allegations are reported to a deputy who responds to take a report, and an investigator is assigned to follow up. The investigator interviews witnesses and collects evidence, and then that investigative packet is sent to the state attorney's office for a determination of criminal charge. It is the exact same process as any misdemeanor crime. And that's why it is no different than what we do each and every day. So there was no question in my mind how we would process a complaint should we get one.
Amen.